Hey guys, enter the stars, and we are going to decode this ancient print called Melencolia. It was drawn exactly 500 years ago. Now, there have been some decrypting of this print that have happened in past. You can see that here. Interpretations of the print, 2-volume book by Peter Klaus and Erwin Panofsky, as well as some others. But this was brought to my attention by a subscriber, and I'm going to look at this in a way that I believe that no one else has been able to look at it. Now, the name of the artist was called Albrecht Dürer, and this particular print seems to coincide with other prints that he did called Night, Death, and the Devil, as well as St. Jerome in his study, and we're going to take a look at those both. But the first thing I want you to notice is the size, the dimensions of this particular engraving. It is 24 centimeters by 18.8 centimeters, or 9.4 inches by 7.4 inches. Let's take a look at this. Now, the first thing I want you to notice is this truncated cube. Now, a normal cube has 8 vertices and 6 sides. But by cutting off the edges, this cube now has 8 sides and 18 vertices. Now again, we just looked at the dimensions. 8 sides and 18 vertices, 18.8 centimeters. So there is your 18.8 encoded within the size of the engraving. Now what is this telling us? It is telling us to look at things backwards. Now we get further confirmation by this 4 and 4 here. That's 44, which is 88. Now, these people knew a lot more about time than they are admitting to. He also has an hourglass within the engraving. He also has the scales, but nothing's in them. There's also what we call here a magic square. And in a magic square, each number lines up and adds up to the same number in all directions, diagonally, and even the 4 corners of the square. Of course, there's 4 by 4. 4 times 4 is 16, a derivative of 8. There are, as we can see in here, the date of the engraving is here, 1514. We also have the rainbow. We have the sun. And this appears to be a ball, or it could be the moon. Now we do know that we had an eclipse in 1913, a lunar eclipse that happened on 3/22. And so we can possibly see the date 3/22, 1913 encoded here. We also have the 5 here, but it's flipped upside down. We have some curious dates here as well. 3/11 Fukushima, 9/11 World Trade Center, 1514. Could this 1 and 4 be 2014? 500 years later? The 5 being flipped around for 500 years? I don't know. We're going to have to wait to find out. The 5 is the only number that is flipped upside down. Now, someone brought to my attention that the cube that was placed in the Georgia Guidestones, the word jam, that if you spell that backwards, it is M-A-J, which means the month of May in certain languages. May 1st happens to also be a day of great sacrifice in the occult. Of course, 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 is the month of May. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 is the month of May. And 322 skull and bones, 32, is 3 plus 2 is 5, which is May. Now let's take a look at his other engravings. This one also curiously shows the hourglass here, and Satan, the serpent. We've been telling you guys over and over that the serpent equals time, and it shows that here. The devil and the hourglass together. We also see death and plague. And in this final engraving by Dürer, we see the 8 windows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We see the hourglass once again, representing time. We see the top of this man and his head enlightened by some kind of knowledge. And of course, we see the death here with the skull. So I believe this individual Dürer knew a lot more than he's letting on. In these engravings, we have also discovered that 1 God hour is 41.666 years, which is rounded to 42, which is the exact degree of angle that it takes to view a rainbow in the God hour of your life. 41.66 degrees. Take care and be safe, you guys.